for like every day. I'm like, I want to watch something that just interests me too. I'm like, oh, that seems interesting. I'll watch one of those movies. I wouldn't say The Office. I watched it all the way through. It's a great show, but I don't know. It's not one of those shows I put on in a minute.
I used to watch it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
I watched it all the way through once, and I was like, yeah. But then there's like a lot of people you meet in your life who are like Office fans, and like that's their whole thing.
Office junkies.
It's like Office versus Friends. You got to choose.
Yeah, Office versus. It's very interesting to me how people like, because people like will dedicate their whole lives to like
quoting
it or yeah.
Well, Friends, kind of fell off.
It fell off.
It didn't fall off, but it's like no young kids are watching Friends.
Well, you never know. Are you talking to young kids? You asking the young kids?
No.
Oh, man.
He's got his big
Is Gen Z watching Friends?
He's got his big pop. He's got his big kiddos to teach.
You gotta watch Friends. He's like,
exactly.
Y'all kids ain't be watching Friends like we used to back in the 90s.
A lot of people did How I Met Your Mother too. I can never get into that one.
I never got into that one.
Like that? I thought it was enjoyable.
I tried.
I didn't watch it.
I liked Always Sunny more when I was that age. I was like, that Sunny's. This show's
I never
funny.
could get into Shameless. Have you seen Shameless?
I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and it was so depressing, which I know that wasn't even the depressing parts of the show, where I was like, I can't watch this show for me. Because my favorite show I've ever watched in my life is BoJack Horseman, and that's a very depressing show. And I've watched that show right before season 3 came out, so I watched all of season 1 and 2, binged it. I was like, oh, season 3 is coming out in like a week, so right before that came out, I like binged it all the way back, and then watched season 3. And I think it really fucked up my brain as a 16-year-old that was like, didn't know he was having depression. But I was like, Jesus Christ! Like I look back, I'm like, that definitely was not good for my brain.
That's a lot for a 16. That's a heavy show.
Yeah, I watched it.
Good
for like a cartoon about a talking horse who's an actor,
especially because it starts off so silly, and then it's like, oh, it gets dark.
But it's like the end of especially the end of all of those 3 seasons. It just ends on such a note where you're just like, what the fuck? Like, this is where we're ending, and we got to think about this.
I know I watched a lot of it and I liked it, but I don't
season
think
4 ends with like a more positive vibe, and then do you care if I spoil the ending?
How many seasons?
I know the
it's done now.
I think I watched
the girl from the show like had an overdose. I think
that was season 3, if I remember.
Okay, that's maybe where
so that was 2 or 3.
That's maybe where I left off.
Right.
Yeah,
the way what happened after that.
The way they end season 5 or the whole show.
Do you remember the other young lady horse that comes into the picture?
Yeah, you mean the deer?
I'm asking.
I don't remember that.
So there was. Are you gonna go back? So he gets a young horse who like comes back into his life.
Oh, the daughter. He like fucks the daughter on her prom night or something like that.
That was the deer, but yeah. That was like his ex.
A young horse comes into his life with like a genetic test.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
And so that's a little bit later.
This was season 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe and then he thinks that he like knocked up some horse or something, so he assumes it's his daughter, and then some other shit starts to unravel. It's actually his half sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not depressing.
His dad, I don't know, cheated on someone. It gets into some stuff, There's
they end the show just with like they're just like sitting on the roof, like a couple of the characters, and they just like chill, and you kind of just like, oh, it's just like the middle of their week, like they kind of fix their problems, but it was kind of just like one of those things.
So it's implied that it's just going to keep going on in this this pattern.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. I was like, because they ended everything else like so impactful, like hard, and like a positive or usually negative direction.
Yeah,
and it was like I kind of liked it. They're just like, you know what, there's not going to be a good ending for this show, so
I think
we'll just end it with this.
That's why people are always disappointed in finales, because it's like you have to encapsulate like an entire, like you need to close all the loops, you need to make sure everybody gets closure, but that's not how real life is, and so it just kind of feels like this isn't, I invested all this time into the show, and it's just not like, it doesn't feel like how I thought it would feel at the end.
You kind of want the happy ever after type of ending. I
don't mind a disappointing ending, but I don't like the Like people don't like the Seinfeld ending. I actually think it's a hilarious ending.
I'm on this team.
Yeah.
I'm on team with this ending's
jail?
fine.
Yeah, they end up in jail. That's like a funny ending.
It's pretty funny ending. Now that I think about
And
it.
they bring back like all the characters. They did a lot of callbacks.
That,
It's
I
like,
guess that part I could see how that's kind of lame, where it's like, oh, we're just like redoing all the thing that like. That's why I stopped watching Always Sunny, because it felt like every season after like season 12 was just like remaking previous episodes, and so that's why I was kind of like, I kind of see where they're going with this, and fell off it.
yeah, I stopped at 13, but that's also because like they just took it off of Netflix, so I was like, well, I can't binge it anymore.
Yeah.
So I've only seen like I've never watched like 13 through now, but I've
Yeah.
heard like some of the more recent seasons have been really good, like since COVID and stuff.
That's what I think someone was telling me that once.
They
too.
went harder again.
I haven't
got more freedom.
Yeah, I haven't gone through. I think I'm just blinded by nostalgia of like the first few seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how here's something I want to get your take on.
Okay.
The first like 2 or 3 seasons, they just look really shitty and they look like really poorly made.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably like the middle, like 4, 5, 6, it starts getting better. And then towards like 9, 10, 11, it looks like a perfect TV show.
Yeah.
I don't like how clean it looks.
Interesting.
I like the lower quality of like the look of the show.
Yeah, I never fucking really thought about that aspect
Really?
from that show. But I mean, I can definitely see it. You can even say like with like the first season of The Office before like
Yeah.
Michael got his hair plugs
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
whatever Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Like it just like looks different. There's the more
Yeah.
natural feel.
And now, yeah,
But-
like now they all have plastic surgery and like Mac is ripped and like it's
That's one thing I do
Yeah.
love. I just from like the aspect of he's like, I'm gonna just like get ripped and then I'm gonna put on a shit ton of weight. Just doing a lot of shit for like the character when it's like, you don't have to be doing this. I personally really enjoy stuff like that. I'm like, that's hilarious.
But now
Like,
he's ripped all the time. That's where it just like takes me out of the
well,
show.
he owns
It's
like a soccer team now.
I
or
know
whatever.
that, but it's like you're supposed
He
to
has
be
to.
like this like
A comedian.
white trash like bartender
Kinda idiot.
at a bar, idiot,
Degenerate.
like, degenerate, like alcoholic. But you're like super ripped, and it just for me, it's like it takes
Yeah,
me
those
out
two
of
Takes
like
things
away.
don't
character.
vibe.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't look like who you're playing.
Yeah, I think another thing with that show was like, because they had those like running bits where it's like we just have to like let the audience like think like the
Yeah.
suspicion of like Mac being gay
Yeah.
and that stuff. Like they started like revealing they're like, okay, like we got to
Yeah.
give them like the jokes on this.
Right.
So it's like they're running out of those because they already did them. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we already did that reveal. We already did this reveal.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they've done the reveal of like if Dennis is actually like a serial killer or not, or like whatever.
I don't
but
know
that was
about
one of
that,
it seemed
but-
like the one of the last ones they had left. So I don't know if
yeah.
they did it yet, but it's
I think
like
they did a reveal
only so many
about
things you can
who
do.
Charlie's dad is.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was always kind of like a fun thing that like Frank might be his dad, and then like it kind of ruins that. But whatever. Who am I? to
which is
tell
they
them
run
what
out of
to do?
ideas for like it's like
Yeah.
you can't blame them. It's like that's a good thing to have. And when you can say like, yeah, we had so many ideas with our show,
Yeah.
like we were running out. It's like, all right, it means you guys made a lot of fucking people happy with like the shit you already did. So
Yes.
I
think
so way to
5
look at it.
seasons max is like, to me, that's like a prime
Well,
spot to be.
how many episodes though? Because like TV shows back in the day used to have like,
Like
20,
20
30 episodes.
yeah.
Now it's like if you can get fucking 8, that's like you're happy because some of them get 6 and they get cut. So
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
You guys Rick and Morty guys?
I used to, but that's another one.
Never
that I
binged it all the
like.
way, but with episodes I've watched, I'm like, yeah, this is fucking funny. I was a big fan of Community, which is made by the
Oh,
same
yeah.
dude,
I'm a big
Dan
fan of
Harmon.
Community, too.
I haven't
Community's
seen
a-
Community.
Community
great
is really
show.
good.
They still need to make the movie. All the cast
they've
is
been
down.
talking about making a movie for years now, but they haven't gotten around to making a movie.
Now, if you like Rick and Morty, you watch that show and you're like, oh, I can see like how this guy. There's like even a couple animated episodes where like, well, let's just do the whole thing in claymation.
Yeah.
Let's do like another one that's like kind of. I think they did like a 2D
video
animation.
game one.
Yeah, video game, and it was you can see in those episodes you're like, oh, this is the skill in this show, like and
Yeah.
the funniness is mostly in the writing.
What's the premise of Community?
It's a bunch of people that are. Well, I guess there's 1 or 2 people that are younger. So like, you know, Childish Gambino, Troy,
Yeah.
Danny,
Yeah.
what is it, Glover?
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. He, so he's like a failed like athlete from like his high school, and then there's like a couple other like younger people, and then there's like a lawyer that's like middle aged, and then he's like the main character. Like they follow him for the first couple.
Joel McHale is the main
Joel McHale. They got Chevy Chase in there.
Yeah.
So everyone's at this community community college.
Okay.
Just like doing there are different parts of their life. There's like a single mother
they're all
that's
a
like
bunch
divorced.
of like losers in their lives.
And they meet to study Spanish.
Then they join this study group, but then they kind of become like the main characters of the school, and like a lot of hijinks. And it's a really funny show.
It's like 20-minute episodes too. It's great.
So does it get, because one of the appeals to me about Rick and Morty is that they get into like very sort of deep, kind of like philosophical topics.
Sometimes, yes.
A little bit, yeah. It's not a ton, but there's a bit of like philosophical and community.
I like that.
It's like a lot of running themes too. So it's and like they kind of grow. So like a couple of the characters have like relationships, and then they'll like obviously like end or like have to go to like another stage. And they do a good job of like making it more than just like, oh, they broke up, and then the show keeps on going. It's like, no, they broke up, and they have to have like an explanation of like, oh, we only got together because like I was dealing with this shit in my head, and then like you were dealing with that stuff, and it's like, but we got this connection. We were like still friends. Like we gotta like be good for like the greater of like everyone else. It's a very like more wholesome vibes.
They're all like their own, like they're all like a caricature. So there's like the white liberal girl, and then there's like the old like millionaire businessman, and then there's like a black Christian lady,
single
mom, and then there's like a nerd who's like into like Star Wars and like video games,
and he clearly has autism, but they never explicitly say it for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Oh, they do eventually.
And so it's like it's all about like there's inner conflicts within their group, but it's like they're all also like they're only friends and they only have each other. So it's like they always,
At the very least,
it's a really
all you got to
show.
do is just look up. I think they did one in every season. The paintball episodes are awesome.
Episodes are fun
because everyone like loved like the first one. They did so much, and I think even the cast did too, where they were just like, we can just do the paintball thing. Like, oh, it's the next school year. We can just do it again, and they upgraded it every time. And then even when they did like a 6th season, that was because they took it off air. And they did like the 5th season on like a different channel.
Yeah.
And then the 6th season was all funded. They just put it up online. But they still were like, fuck it, we'll do a paintball season like even in the 6th like season.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like, even that one was still great. It's like the way they were able to just keep on doing it and like running the same bit over and over, but like making it rewarding. I was like, this is impressive.
What's the what platform?
I think right now it's on Disney Plus.
I'm a big proponent of just fuck paying for any of these fucking things. Just pirate everything, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
You got Google, right?
I do.
I can show you some links.
Figure it out, dude.
All right. Can you just send it to me? Do I have to Google it?
I don't know about that. I'm a proponent on like people like creators should make money off of their projects, but also like I know
Like
that the streaming Paradizo Films should be making money.
Hey, stop pirating Paradizo Films videos.
But also,
Joseph
like, from what
needs
I've,
the 20
from
bucks
what
a
I've
month.
seen is like the streamers don't pay shit. So it's like
they bought the IPs. They're not actually paying. Like people don't get fucking what's it called, like residuals anymore. None of those fucking actors or actresses on those shows, like anyone made in like the last probably like 20 years, or even like I don't even know if people get residuals from The Office anymore, or if they do, like those like TV reruns on Comedy Central, they get paid like probably 3 cents every like 2 months, like. Because they just like sold the IP so many times, and it's been so many years. Like,
and the streaming
residual checks aren't a thing.
It's hard for the streaming services to determine like what the value of a show is, because there's not like ticket sales, or there's not like view hours or advertisements for them to tie back to like community.
They don't track view hours on the streaming.
They do, but it's like you can't
really
you can't say like, because it's subscription based. There's no ads. So for like a normal TV show, you have 20-minute episodes and then 10-minute ad breaks between.
Right.
And so it's like that was like simple. Like, okay, we know how much money we're going to make per each episode. Now it's just based off of subscription prices. And
it's hard to tell why somebody subscribes. So like they could have like any of the subscriptions they might like, you know how you've seen like The Office, Seinfeld, like, they kind of bounce around all the big ones.
Yeah.
It's like basically Seinfeld just takes he's like, oh, you're gonna pay me 50 million, 200 million for like 3 years. Netflix, I'll do that. The second that contract's up, he fucking goes makes like 400 million to Hulu. Yeah. But like what all those things do, people might sign up for Hulu for like all of the Hulu shows, but then like the way those streaming sites work, they always will advertise the main shows that they paid a shit ton of money for. So it's like maybe you watched everything you want to watch, but you still have Hulu for like 20 days out of the month. So you just put on that thing in the background. So it might lead your watch hours, but like that's not why you're paying for Hulu necessarily. Yeah. It might, maybe some people, that's all they want to do is like mostly watch the reruns of shows, just have that shit on. Mm-hmm. But like if they take that away, you might just click on to like when Friends comes on, just I'll do Friends instead. I'm just sticking around for this Hulu stuff. But the second that Hulu stuff is done, maybe you're out. It's like harder to tell. Like obviously they get all the data on us. I don't. They got so much data on us. I'm like, I feel like they should fucking know. If they don't know, why are we paying so much for this AI and our energy bills and all this shit?
They should know, but they don't want to know because they don't want to. They don't want to have to pay the actors and producers more.
Yeah.
So they just want they don't want to have to like release how many hours of Friends people are watching because they don't want to have to pay Friends more money.
Yeah, it's a backwards business. It's short-sighted. They're gonna be begging for a bunch of fucking shows.
You should subscribe to the Paradizo.
You should for the
membership,
exclusive
Paradizo
content
on Patreon. Do you guys have other things? You have the YouTube
Patreon
membership.
YouTube membership.
Do the YouTube membership as well.
Because we're gonna be consistent. We're not gonna sell your data to anybody.
Right.
Podcast, no big deal.